What the Friday, hey, what the Friday, what the Friday, ooh, what the Friday, it's Friday, Friday, Friday. Greetings, royal family, happy holidays. Y'all like my ugly sweater? It lights up, isn't it cute? Welcome back to another episode of the WTF show, where every Friday we meet to talk about some hot topics and shenanigans that I pick out myself. So let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. If you are new, welcome to the royal family. And if you are a returning royal family member, you already know how this thing goes. So let's get straight into the shenanigans. First up, we got to give a shout out to this young black Jamaican queen, Toni-Ann Singh from Jamaica. She is the 69th Miss World. Woo-woo! So she was crowned Miss World. Miss Nigeria showed so much love. She was totally excited, jumping up and down. Shout out. I am Nigerian and I am also Jamaican, so this was good to see. So a little bit of history about Miss Toni-Ann Singh. She attended Florida State University. She graduated with a degree in women's studies and psychology. Okay, come on, psychology. She became the fourth Jamaican woman to hold the title. The last woman that was titled was in 1993, Lisa Hanna. She was crowned in 1993, and the first black woman to win Miss World since 2001. Yeah. So she also made 2019 the first ever year that black women won the two most prestigious beauty pageant titles in the world. Recently, Zozibini Tunzu, she's from South Africa. She was crowned Miss Universe recently. So shout out to the black girl magic. They can't stand it. So stellar job. Congratulations to Miss Toni-Ann. And I would just like to say, young lady, thank you. You did a stellar job representing the island of Jamaica. So let's give a round of applause for the beauties for 2019. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's get into the shenanigans. Lil Kim is up first, y'all. Lil Kim again. Again, she is in tax trouble. So she's been hit with a massive lien, accusing her of owing close to $60,000 in back taxes. Now, this is only months after her recent bankruptcy was closed. So the I, the R, and the S, they filed a federal tax lien against Lil Kim just this month, December 3rd. She's accused of owing 60 grand stemming from 2005 tax bill. So you haven't paid taxes since 2005 or a bill from 2005? That's crazy. The lien was filed against her Alpine, New Jersey mansion. She's been in hot water with that house, in and out of hot water with that house a couple of times. So the IRS is telling her, look, if that tax debt isn't paid in full, they're going to begin seizing her property and her assets. This just comes months after her dismissal from Chapter 13 bankruptcy last year. She filed for bankruptcy protection over $4 million owed to creditors. Good God. Listen, her assets, she listed her assets and her liabilities. Her assets are totaling over $2 million, and her liabilities are like over $4 million, close to $5 million. So she owed taxes for quite some time. Some of her major assets are her New Jersey home in Alpine, New Jersey. That's worth $2.3 million. She has a 2000 Mercedes Benz, only worth $4,200. A 2005 Bentley, that's worth like $52,000. She has like furniture, electronics, jewelry, and her entertainment companies. So her debts also included $2 million owed from her home. So she's been in tax debt for a while, from like 2004 to 2017. The bankruptcy even revealed that she had to borrow $25,000 from her friend Missy Elliott. Ooh, my God. She went to court back in July. She asked for her bankruptcy to be dismissed, and the judge granted her motion, and the case was officially closed. So she does have some good news. She got a man, you know, this new man, The Great. They're all over social media. And he goes back and forth to Atlanta. I think he's some sort of, he has a record label. I never heard of him prior to him dating Lil Kim. So she's excited. She's smitten over him. He travels back and forth from Atlanta to New York. So Lil Kim is thinking about relocating to Atlanta or getting a place in Atlanta so she can always be with her boyfriend. Kim, we wishing you well, girl. It sucks that these things are made public because everybody's able to find out about it. But we are wishing her well for the holidays. Hopefully she can keep her home and she can keep her assets. Kim, try to work this out with the I, the R, and the S. Get on a payment plan of some sort, okay? Moving along, Kevin Hart. His wife, Aniko, she cries over cheating allegations in Kevin Hart's new docuseries, and she says, "You publicly humiliated me." Now, he has a docuseries coming out with Netflix, and I have to say, this guy always finds a way to capitalize off of his mishaps. Bravo. I thought that he would come up with like a stand-up special about this cheating and extortion scandal, but he has a little docuseries, so he's making a little bit of money. So it's with Netflix, and it is titled "Don't F This Up." So it's an inside look at all the scandals in his life. They have a trailer out because this is scheduled to be released this month, the 27th of December. So they released a trailer, and it shows his wife, Aniko, breaking down when they were discussing the cheating allegations and the extortion attempt that their family had to endure back in September 2017. So she's crying in the trailer, and she's like, "Oh, you publicly humiliated me." And she also goes on to say, "I just kept saying, how the F did you let this happen?" She's talking about herself, you know, or Kevin, with all the allegations. So back in 2017, Hart released a video where he claimed to have been a victim of attempted extortion. You guys remember that? Someone tried to cash in on an alleged tape, you know what kind of tape, of the comedian cheating on his wife at a party. So he did admit that it was a major lapse in judgment. Right. But he vowed that nobody's going to make a quick buck off of me. So he says he's guilty, you know, regardless of how it happened and what was involved. He said, "The ish that I can't talk about, I'm guilty and I am wrong." So he is admitting that he was wrong. Of course, because you are on tape, you would be a fool to continuously deny what happened and you're caught on tape. So, you know, but he's just not here for any extortion attempts. And I am not mad at that. Like, you know, he's worth millions of dollars. So everybody's looking for a come up these days. So the woman that he was in the tape with, she eventually sued Kevin Hart for $60 million. This was back in September of this year, 2019. And she claimed that she was set up by Kevin Hart and his friend, and that they hid a camera the night in question. So she's saying that they set her up, they had a camera hidden, and it was leaked, and she wants $60 million for pain and suffering. So Kevin's like, not on my watch, not happening. So the series, going back to his Netflix series, it's going to be broken up into 6 parts. And the first one is going to be premiering December 27th. The trailer also reveals that the Oscar hosting fiasco, that'll be discussed. This is where he exclaimed that there's a lot that you don't know. So you remember he stepped down from hosting the Academy Awards back in this year, after he refused to apologize for an old joke that many people said was homophobic. So he didn't apologize, so he stepped down as the host. He went on The Breakfast Club and talked about it or what have you, but he's going to include that in the docuseries as well. It's also going to go on to show never before seen footage of Kevin as a child and clips from his stand-up routine when he was first starting out. I will be tuning in. So if you guys have Netflix, tune in. Let's watch together so we can have something to talk about. He is entertaining. I think Kevin Hart is entertaining. A lot of people find him corny. But I do admire his work ethic, and I also admire that he turns tragedy into triumph. He always makes fun of himself. A lot of his stand-up um, comedy material consists of things and his trials and tribulations and stuff like that. And I was wondering, I really was wondering if he was going to do another stand-up based on this cheating scandal, and he took it up a notch. Never mind a stand-up. I'm going to sign a deal with Netflix, okay, who seems to pay very well these days, and he's going to turn it into a docu-series. So I'll be looking forward to this. I definitely will. Let me know if you guys are interested. And what do you think about Kevin Hart? Think he's corny? You think he's funny? He can be corny sometimes, but sometimes corny is good. It's all right. It's all good. All right, next up, Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore and her TV husband, those are my words, Marc Daly, they may face off if he shows up to the reunion. So you guys know that Housewives of Atlanta season, what is this, 12? I do review it. Make sure you check out my reviews on the channel. And you know that Kenya, this is Kenya's return, because last year she was pretty much fired because she went off and married Mark, didn't tell Bravo. They weren't able to film it and capitalize off of it. So she had to come back and she had to be extra. And so far she's being very extra. She's bringing the drama. She's bringing all of the chitter chatter, so on and so forth. So she's here. She wants to remain holding a peach. Now, Radar Online is basically saying, now you know that she filed for divorce, right? So a source tells Radar, they got a lot of sources coming to Radar Online in reference to Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? So a source is telling Radar Online that the execs in charge at Bravo, they want Kenya to deliver major drama at the end of the season. So the execs are like, look, Kenya, you gotta kick it up. They probably are dangling her job. They're probably dangling her job in front of her because, again, she ticked off the execs when she got married and she didn't let Bravo know, you know. So that's probably why she's going so hard this season. And if she wants to keep her job, and she took a pay cut, she is only being paid, what, $500,000 for the season? So the producers, they want Mark to show up at the reunion to talk about their marriage. This is what the source is telling Radar Online. I want to hear Mark's side of the story. I really, really do. And I want Mark to be able to tell his story without Kenya like interrupting or pulling stunts to try to shut him up, because that's what she does. Whenever someone wants to tell their story, she pulls these stunts, she yells, she overtalks. I want Mark to be able to tell his story. I was thinking, what if Andy was to greenlight a like 1 hour special where he sits down and he tells his story? Like they should call it like Surviving Kenya Moore, Mark's story or something like that, right? Andy, now mind you, Andy probably would do that if Mark agreed, because Andy is loyal to no one, okay? He is only loyal to himself and his paycheck. So if Mark was willing to do it, and he was willing to get, you know, he was getting a pretty, you know, penny from it, I think he would do it. I know that that would tick Kenya off. But Andy can do whatever he wants. It seems like he can do whatever he wants over there. I would definitely watch that. I really do. So they want him to show up at the reunion to kick things up. I think even if, but he doesn't want to be on TV. Like, I think that's a part of his frustration and why we see him come across as like a jerk this season, because he wants nothing to do with the show. And he has made that very clear. He's given statements saying so. But even if Mark doesn't show up, let's say Mark doesn't show up at the reunion, I don't think he has to, because you know Andy. Andy is going to dig in and dig in and dig in and find out. And like, he's going to try to find out everything about their marriage. You know, Andy, he holds no punches. So, and the public is going to want to know, people writing questions, and Andy himself, he's going to want to know. So he'll get all up in her relationship business and ask her questions about the things that we see going on this season. I mean, if Mark shows up, it'll be the most dramatic reunion ever, because Mark actually likes Nene. Now, the source revealed this to Radar Online. Mark actually likes Nene, and Mark even reached out to Nene and Greg for advice pertaining to his marriage. My, have the tables turned. Let me tell you, I know Kenya is hot. I know that her Kenya Moore hair care products were bubbling because you know she does not like NeNe. She wants nothing to do with NeNe. So for Marc to actually reach out to NeNe, ooh, I know Kenya is fuming. I wonder if that's going to be played out in the season. I will definitely be looking forward to it. That is crazy. Do you think that Marc actually likes NeNe and Greg, or do you think he's doing that to just get under Kenya's skin? I could see how that looks shady. The source goes on to say that Marc even told Eva's husband, Eva Marcel, that he is tired of Kenya's blank-ish. He's tired of it. So they're gonna have a fight on this season. Marc and Kenya are supposed to have an explosive fight. So he tells Eva's husband that he's tired of her blank. Honey, So the source is saying that his appearance for the reunion is not set in stone. So we don't know. Different sources are telling Radar Online different things. So we will have to see how this plays out. I am totally here for it. And like I said, I feel that Marc needs to tell his story, mainly because I am nosy, but I just don't believe Kenya 100%. And I think that she may try everything in her power to get him not to tell his story if he's willing to, because he wants nothing to do with Housewives and the Housewives franchise and reality TV. All right, moving along from Kenya and Marc. Jay-Z. Now, Diddy recently had a birthday bash, a 50th birthday celebration, soiree. You know how Diddy gets down. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. So some of the guests that were in attendance were Jay-Z and Beyonce. Kanye West was there. Dr. Dre, Pharrell Williams. Cardi B and Offset were there. Tyler Perry was actually there as well. Kobe Bryant, Post Malone, and G-Eazy, just to name a few. So Jay-Z and Kanye, they were photographed, shaking hands, giving each other dap. And as you know, they had a messy breakup. Their brotherhood seemed to be severed. And Kanye was hurt that, Jay-Z and Beyonce didn't come to his wedding. Jay-Z is not on record as saying why, not to my knowledge. There's speculation. But that was a sad breakup. I like them together musically, But yeah, that's another story. So there was a lot of money in the room. A lot of old money, a lot of new money, a lot of in-between money, okay? And Diddy did look fantastic. He looked great. Can you believe Diddy is 50? My God, I'm getting old. Diddy is 50 years old. That's crazy. Anyway, so Beyonce was on the dance floor living her best life. She was dancing with her sister, her homegirl, Kelly, rapper Saweetie. They were all dancing. So Jay-Z spotted a man filming behind Beyonce, like filming her on the dance floor. So Jay-Z, rolled up and he snatched the phone out of the man's hand. And you can see in the video that he was kind of scolding the man, and he gave the man back his phone. Now he snatched that man's phone just like Solange snatched him up in that elevator. Okay. Now he did give the man back his phone, and Beyonce is just dancing, like oblivious to what's going on behind her. So she doesn't see anything. She's Ray Charles to the situation, just like she was when Solange went ham on Jay-Z in that elevator. So I want to know, where the heck was security? Like, you see that little kerfuffle going on. The video that I seen, it didn't show security coming up. I saw a short clip, so it wasn't a long clip. And so that was a little bit of static. Beyonce did look great. Jay-Z, I liked his outfit. Everything from the neck down. He looked great. So after that little kerfuffle, the party resumed. Lil Kim was on stage. I saw other clips where Lil Kim was singing, and Diddy's sons were there. So everybody was just paying tribute to Diddy. He did post a tribute to Kim Porter on her birthday, saying, "Happy birthday, baby. Words can't explain how much we miss you. But today's your birthday. We're celebrating you today. We love you and we miss you." Because isn't Diddy's birthday in November? I think Kim Porter's is in December. I read somewhere, I don't remember what source this was, but I read online that he kind of postponed the party a few times because he was emotional, because Kim Porter's always at his parties, whether it's a Christmas party, birthday party. So this kind of hit home for him. Some people are not buying it, but listen, I'm sure he's grieving, regardless of him not being the best man to her all the time. They do have children together, so you know, when the person is no longer here, you kind of reflect on all the things that you wish you could have done. So I choose to be empathetic toward that situation. Some people are not, and that's fine. So happy birthday, Diddy, and rest in peace, Kim Porter. Moving along, guess who is now banned from the Breakfast Club, along with Erica Mena and Safari? I'll give you a minute. That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. Takashi 6ix9ine. So Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy have banned Takashi 6ix9ine from the Breakfast Club. Now, let me ask a question. I don't remember what it was in reference to, but I recall DJ Envy saying that he does not have the power to ban anyone from the Breakfast Club. I don't know if they were talking about Nicki Minaj, and Charlamagne was like poking fun at him saying, oh, you don't like Nicki Minaj, or was it Safari? I think it was Safari. Safari says that he's banned from it was Safari. Safari said that he was banned from the Breakfast Club, and DJ Envy denied it. He was like, we don't have the authority to ban anyone. So now fast forward, Charlamagne and DJ Envy both are banning Takashi 6ix9ine. DJ Envy, you're a great DJ, but you're such a liar. So Takashi's team has already been reaching out to Charlamagne and DJ Envy for an interview because, you know, he recently was sentenced to 2 years, but he's not going to do the full 2 years because he has time served. I think he has like 11 months or something like that, time served. But they basically turned down those offers. Charlamagne said, nah, I'm good. And DJ Envy said, nah, I'm good. They don't want to talk to his team. They don't want to interview him, none of that stuff. So this is what DJ Envy had to say. I feel like he used his gang affiliation to benefit himself. You decided to tell on everyone that you was just riding on. You turned on everybody, you get released, and now you're rewarded for it. I just don't necessarily think it's a message that I want to do. This is DJ Envy. He then goes on to say, I do not want to promote to kids that you go wild and you do some stupid ish and you just go tell on the people that you've done and all of a sudden you come out and you can put out records and it's all cool. Charlamagne says that Takashi has, of course, you know, Charlamagne has to tell everybody that he goes to counseling on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. So he's for this whole, you know, self-love, working on yourself. So Charlamagne's approach is this, and this is what he says. He says that Takashi has work to do before he should even think about stepping back into the spotlight again. He also doesn't think that an interview with the rapper would make any sense. He says, when we sit down with someone, it has to entertain or educate, or probably both. Would it be entertaining? Charlamagne says, I'm sure it would be, but I think it could absolutely send the wrong message. And there is a lot of miseducation in this Takashi 6ix9ine situation. So in other words, they don't want no snitches around here, and they don't want to be affiliated with you because it is being said that you snitched on everybody that you used to roll with. I think that was smart. I think that Takashi 6ix9ine is hot right now, and not in a good way. You know, the block is very hot. He is very hot. And DJ Envy and Charlamagne told him, nah, we good. Like, stay away from around here. Just like Ghost told Dre, like, look, hot right now. You got the feds watching you. Lose my number and don't call me anymore. I think that was a smart move because, look, this is their business. They're in the entertainment business, but sometimes the streets can kind of spill over into the music industry, and I don't blame them. I wouldn't want any affiliation with him either. I'm sure they have their personal opinions, you know, like kitchen table talk opinions. And DJ Envy's statement, it made sense, and Charlamagne's made sense too. So yeah, all publicity is not good publicity. So yeah, I just don't think that that will be a wise decision for the Breakfast Club. And again, Charlamagne and DJ Envy don't want to be associated with him because he's hot right now. And the last time that he was on the Breakfast Club, didn't Charlamagne tell him where he was going to end up? And I don't think that Charlamagne was speaking negatively over his life. Charlamagne was just looking at him like, yo, what is wrong with this boy? Like, does he not understand like what he's doing? So I don't know how I feel about Takashi 6ix9ine, and I don't know. I mean, some people think that he should have gotten more time. I mean, I guess, yeah, probably, but is he going to be safe on the streets? Oh my goodness, this is all bad. I would just be sad if anything were to happen, you know. It's already bad enough. So I don't know, Royal Family. We shall see. Royal Family, that's all I got for you today. I tried to keep it short and sweet. And let me know what you think about any of the topics. You know, what are we thinking about Lil Kim? We're going to be praying for Lil Kim to get out of tax debt. Good grief. It's like every time you turn around, a lot of these celebrities are in tax debt. So I don't know, Lil Kim. You may have to get to work, mama, because her album sales didn't do that great. So you may have to get out there and get to work, or jump on some features, do some mixtapes. Diddy, Jay-Z, what do we think about Jay-Z snatching that man's phone for recording his wife? Okay. What else did I talk about? Kevin Hart. Are you going to be tuning into his docuseries? Let me know what you think. Royal Family, this is episode 20 of the WTF show. 20 episodes. Make sure you tune in every week where I will discuss pop culture shenanigans. I appreciate all of you for your support, for your feedback. Welcome to my new subscribers. Ladies and gentlemen, I am wishing all of you a happy, healthy, prosperous holiday and new year. Whatever you celebrate, I just wish you a happy holiday. Hopefully, when we resume next week, Friday, all of you will be back. Be sure to share these videos with your friends and your family members. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button if you made it to the end of the video. Thank you for rocking out with me. Royal Family, happy holidays. And to each and every one of you that send me emails, that comment, that subscribe, that have your notifications on, click the notification bell and select all. I just want to say that I greatly appreciate you. And as this year comes to a close, I am having a good freaking time, okay, with you on YouTube, creating content and also connecting with each and every one of you. You guys have no idea. I am not going to get deep into it, but just know I'm not blowing smoke up your tail. You have no idea how much when I see your comments and see people engaging, leaving long, well thought out, grammatically correct, no shade, comments. You guys are being respectful in the comments to each other, to yourselves, and to me. I just wanted you to know that that may not be anything to some, but to me, I greatly appreciate it. So Royal Family, like I said, like, comment, share. If you like what you see, subscribe, check out the other content on the channel. And I am extremely grateful for you. Again, happy holidays. May you have a happy and prosperous new year. I love each and every one of you. Now, if you will excuse me, let me go turn off this battery pack on this sweater before this thing overheats and my wig catches on fire. Royal Family, I love you and I will see you next week. Until next time, happy holidays. Peace.